At first, nothing seemed wrong. No alarms, no warnings, no headlines, but by the time the truth surfaced, it was already too late to stop. This wasn't an accident, and it wasn't unavoidable. It was a decision, a quiet one, made behind closed doors, and history did everything it could to forget it ever happened. In the early 1900s, the world was changing fast. Cities were expanding, industries were booming, and progress mattered more than caution. Governments promised safety, companies promised innovation. But what they didn't promise was accountability. Because beneath the surface of this growing world, something dangerous was being ignored. The project was considered revolutionary. It would create jobs, boost the economy, and symbolize human advancement. Engineers approved it, officials signed off, but buried deep inside early reports was a warning almost no one read. A warning that said, if this goes wrong, the consequences will be irreversible. They built it anyway. At first the signs were small. Workers complained of strange symptoms, headaches, fatigue, unexplained illnesses. Doctors dismissed it as stress. Management called it coincidence. After all, admitting something was wrong would cost time, money, reputations. So the reports were filed away, and the project continued. Months passed, then years. The symptoms spread beyond the workers, families, neighbors, entire communities. Animals began dying. Water sources changed color. Crops failed. Still, no public statement was made. Instead, internal documents quietly changed language. Hazard became irregularity. Danger became manageable risk. The truth was being rewritten in real time. When journalists finally noticed something was wrong, they didn't get answers. They got silence. Requests for data were denied. Experts were reassigned. Whistleblowers lost their jobs. One internal memo stated plainly, public awareness would cause unnecessary panic. But panic wasn't the real fear. The real fear was blame. Then came the moment no one could hide anymore. A sudden spike. A measurable surge. Numbers that couldn't be explained away. Emergency meetings were called. Evacuation plans were discussed. But by the time action was considered, the damage had already spread too far. What had been contained was now permanent. The official reports listed statistics. But statistics don't show faces. They don't show families, forced to leave everything behind. Children growing up with unexplained illnesses. Entire towns erased from maps. Compensation was promised, then delayed, then quietly reduced, and eventually forgotten. Years later, textbooks mentioned the event briefly. If at all, no names, no decisions, no responsibility, just vague language. An unfortunate incident, an unexpected outcome. The people responsible moved on, promoted, retired, while those affected lived with the consequences forever. But here's the part most people don't know. Decades later, classified files were quietly released, and inside them was proof. Proof that officials knew, proof that warnings were ignored, proof that the disaster wasn't unavoidable. It was calculated. Acceptable losses were discussed, risk thresholds were adjusted, lives were reduced to numbers on a page. By the time the truth became public, there was no outrage, because outrage needs timing, and this story was already old. No trials followed, no justice was served, only silence, and a system that learned one dangerous lesson. If you wait long enough, people stop asking questions. Today, the site still exists. Quiet, unmarked. Most people pass it without knowing what really happened there. But the conditions that caused this disaster still exist. The same shortcuts, the same priorities, the same belief that progress matters more than people. And if it happened once, what's stopping it from happening again? Some stories are buried for a reason. This was one of them. Subscribe for more true stories they never wanted you to hear.